Hello, viewers. My name is Richie Royalty, and I'm sitting with the third evicted house guest of House of Royalty Season 2 Masquerade Ball. By a vote of 11 to 1, Kylie was our third evicted house guest. Kylie, how you feeling, love? What is going through your head right now? What's going on? How you feeling?
Well, to be completely honest with you, Richie, I'm still feeling like they're all a bit slow. Um, I was, you know, and like I don't even mean that bad. Like genuinely, I love the cast, but I think that I think that people weren't really hearing my pleas and it didn't matter what I said today. And even though I was on literally all day, like I tried to show y'all that I was putting in the work, it just didn't fucking matter. And that's why when y'all asked me to set up my cups before the stream today, I didn't do it because honestly, I just spent all day campaigning. I knew I was going home. I wasn't lifting that 20-pound box so that I could set up some cups for a comp I wasn't gonna do.
Gotcha. Okay. I want to hear some names. Who do you th what's it called? Who do you think is slower, did not, understand the assignment tonight?
Who do I think did not understand the assignment tonight? Well, here's the thing, right? Because I don't know who the one vote to keep me was because it was supposed to be forever. And at the end of the day, Forever told me that they were going to vote to keep me no matter what. But I actually texted Forever right before the stream started to let Forever know not to do that. To let Forever know, I was like, don't blow your game up. Bubbles told me that they expect that you'll vote to keep me. It's going to be very obvious if you do it. I was like, don't do it. Don't blow your game up. You're already in a shitty spot. Don't do that.
Okay.
So I don't know who that one vote was. I don't know who understood the assignment.
We will definitely tell you, but at the end of the season, what was your biggest downfall or regret in the game? Do you have any regrets?
Honestly, I feel like I played my heart out this season. I feel like I gave it everything I could. I feel like I was in the calls whenever I could while still trying to keep that life game balance, while still trying to not just sit in the calls all the damn time like some of these people were doing. Like still trying to have a life outside of this. And so I guess my regret is not doing it when I was in Tuscaloosa where I could just sit on my phone all day, but that's not really a regret. That's just bad timing.
Okay, alrighty. Personal life balance, I completely understand that, honestly. Um, I want to ask you some tea about you and Kay because you guys came into this game together. And it seems like you guys were keying from the bat. And then when Kay was on the block, it seems like the both of you guys were behind the scenes, just, what is the tea with that? Like, are you good? Was that just for show? And then, when we asked you tonight about who the next menace is going to be, you did definitely said you want to confront Kay at the reunion. So I want to just know the tea about what is with you and Kay.
Absolutely. And here's the thing with me and Kay. I was very honest with the house guest about that throughout the season. Me and Kay, we do have a history together in games, but it's very rocky. It's a history that we know doesn't go past the beginning of the game. And so that's the shit that I was talking was very true. And when I stepped into my one on one with Kay the day that she was on the block, which I had to beg her to give me, just by the way, but when I finally got in that one on one, then she we kind of acted like it was okay. We're distancing ourselves from each other. That's what we need to do right now. But at the end of the day, we're still riding together in this early part of the game. And but at the same time, there was so once I heard the kind of shit that she was talking, because I felt like I tried to keep mine very about this particular game, and she kind of brought hers into like our personal relationship. And especially since I am from the text game side of the community where it doesn't really apply to these games, she kind of just shot me in the foot and for no reason. Like it didn't save her, it just killed both of us.
Okay. When you get to finally talk to Kay for the first time, which is going to be soon because we're going to make a House of pre-jury chat, um, what do you plan on saying to Kay?
Well, to be completely on, like I said, Richie, me and Kay have previous history together. Like we are in other jury chats together actively right now for other games. So, like, me and Kay do get to talk, and we don't talk about this game because we have respect for your game and whatnot.
Thank
But,
you.
like, the vibe is definitely awkward. The vibe has shifted. And that was somebody that, as I told a lot of people in this house, a person that even though we don't work well together because we play so similar, she's somebody that I look at as one of my closest friends in the fandom. And so to have her kind of behave the way she did, it felt like a slap in the face.
Okay, alrighty. Who do you think the one vote was to keep you?
I think it might have been Forever, even though I told Forever not to, but Forever did respond back beforehand and say okay, so I don't think it was. Um, uh, Honestly, I don't think it was Marcy, but I hope it was Marcy.
Okay. Who was your closest ally in the game, honestly?
Richie, that is such a hard question because I think that you know that my game was it was so fucking rocky. I never really had any solid footing to step on. And whenever I would find some, they would just go home. I had J, I had K, and then even when I had that thing with Corinna, it got blown up in a very fake way with Zion. And so everything that I touched died before my very eyes.
I'm sorry to hear that, love. I'm really Um, what was one word to describe your gameplay? If you had to pick one word to describe your gameplay, what would it be?
This season, desperate because I was just like I said, I was trying to I described it to a lot of people today as I was sitting at the bottom of a hole clawing my way out and nobody would toss me a rope. Even though it was the same logic as every other elimination, all of a sudden it was different because it was me.
Gotcha. Okay. In your interview when we casted you, when I asked you if you had to compare yourself to any reality TV star, you compared yourself to Parvati Shallow. Do you think your game mimicked that at all or no?
I think a bit.
How
I
so?
do I do think a bit. Like that scrappy fucking playing from the bottom. And you know what, Richie? I'm gonna come back in another one of your seasons and I'm gonna do better because Parvati flopped her fucking first season too. You know what? Like, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do better. This just wasn't the right cast. But I think that we both had that kind of underdog story a bit this season. And I think that my little calling Soraya out, like just being messy, but messy in kind of like a very straightforward, honest, in front of everybody way.
Okay. You seem like you were not afraid to like call people out, I noticed. Like you called it out, you clocked some tea. Is that how you are in other games as well?
Absolutely. I think it really depends because I try to play each game as its own separate entity. And that's kind of why I got so pressed about people just assuming me and Kay were working together because I do try to look at each game as its own thing. And so it's a strategy that ends up coming into play for me a lot because it's kind of just my personality. I get sick of the bullshit, you know, and when I sense it, I can't sometimes I really just speak before I think about it and I'm like, you know, I probably shouldn't have said that. It probably didn't benefit my position in the game to say that, but at least the house is thinking about it.
Okay. What were your honest thoughts on this game? You know, were you a fan of it? Did you not like it? Be honest. What were your thoughts?
Um wait, but we're like recording. Still honest?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, not that I'm like gonna drag y'all. I really like the game. I just wasn't sure if I could like okay, sorry, that was very strange.
No, okay, it's okay.
Yeah. I really like the game. I highly recommend people playing it. I think that production was very, very keen on like hearing us out when things did go wrong because it's not a perfect game. No game is a perfect game. And things did go wrong. There was definitely some things that we felt could have been handled better in comps. We told y'all about that throughout the season as it happened. There was we brought up the confessional videos being posted after the season. That was a change that y'all made mid-season that everybody in the cast really appreciated. Like y'all constantly tried to work with us, and for me that's a really big thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, honestly. And like we're on season two, but we're thriving. We're just gonna get better and better, honestly. Who do you want to see be the next boot from House of Royalty?
Do I even have to say baby Zion, of course.
Okay, and what is the reasoning?
What do you think is the reason?
I don't know. I want to hear you say it. Come on, give the interview some let's give this some spice.
Well, as y'all heard during the questioning during today's episode, that whole thing with Zion during the veto ceremony, basically calling me out for talking shit about Corinna. And that was the big controversy this week that kind of put the nail in my coffin. I think had it not been for that, I might have been able to swing shit a little better. But and I pulled Corinna after last night's stream. I drug her to every single room in the house and was asking people about it and was like, "Please tell me and tell Corinna if I ever said a word about her." And nobody had anything to say because it wasn't true because I didn't talk crap about Corinna.
Okay, alrighty. Um, who do you think is running the House of Royalty right now? Who do you think is running the house?
I think that Bubbles is the one getting pinned for running the house, but I think that somebody, and I'm not sure who, but somebody like Keisha or Mac or one of the people that's laying kind of quieter is the one actually running the house. And I think it's Keisha because leading into the vote today, Bubbles told me that their vote relied on Keisha's vote.
Okay, alrighty. Who do you think is gonna win this game, honestly? If you had to predict the winner, who do you think it's gonna be?
Um, I think that Tori is playing a really quiet game, but and I think it's a very good game. But if she doesn't get Chase the hell out of there, then she's going to leave herself in a position that eventually she can't paint herself out of. And a lot of that is my fault tonight because I made sure that everybody that would listen knew that my main plea was that Chase and Tori were a duo.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely got glimpses of that when you're doing your speech. Who does not deserve to win at all?
I think a lot of people don't deserve to win right now. I think
Drop,
a lot of people are
drop some
just here to
names.
have a key and they're not here to play the game. Actually, I do know who the one vote for me was.
Who do you think it was?
It was Kalani. I think it was Kalani.
Okay, I cannot confirm or deny, like I said.
I think it was Kalani. Really and truly. And and I kind of hope it was Kalani. I hope it was Kalani or Marcy.
Alrighty. Well, that is it for my questions. I'm now going to turn over to Chantel, who's going to ask you a couple questions.
Oh, my favorite prod member. I would like all of
Okay,
stream to know
Kylie,
that this is my favorite prod
I
member.
need to know what is the beef? What is the
What
beef?
beef?
You always got beef with me.
No, Chantel, like you're genuinely my fairite prod member.
Always
I just
got motherfucking beef with me. Telling
no
me to get out the fucking room. People need to get in. Like, girl, I'm at work, okay? I just stepped away from the phone for like 2 seconds. Jeez.
no, and honestly, Chantel, it was just that I liked you so much that I felt like I could kind of poke fun at you
You're
like that. If you ever told me to stop, like genuinely, I would have.
you're
And if
lucky
it
I was at work. I would have cussed you out. Like, girl, who you talking to like that? Got me fucked up. Anyways, so
No. And because like I really didn't mean it like that. I always liked you.
no, I know. I'm just pulling your leg.
Right, good, perfect.
Okay, so did you actually have a strategy coming into this game?
Yes. My strategy was number one, I thought that I would be better at the comps because, like I've told Chantel, I thought that there would be more puzzle comps or text comps. Yeah, I thought that there would be
I
just
mean, maybe there are, but you didn't like make it
right, but that's
long
I
enough.
didn't get to see them, and
Yeah.
I thought that I would. And I never really got to show that aspect of my game. And even if I had, Kay kind of outed it to the point where I would have had to throw the first puzzle comp we had anyway, just to get people to kind of believe that that wasn't true.
Mm.
But my main strategy was just to kind of come in and see what this game was. Like I don't like to come into games with a strategy. I like to come into games and look at them all as their own separate entity and treat each one as its own individual case
Okay.
because I have found that that's what's gotten me the furthest in most games. But I didn't connect with this cast in the way that I needed to, and it felt like no matter how hard I tried to, there was just never any opening.
Do you feel like by the time you started playing the game, it's like the game already left the station?
Here's the thing though, like I tried to be active in the text part of the game the first few
Mhm.
days, and once that was obviously not working, I got in the calls quickly. I was in the calls before any of the other stragglers really started getting in the calls a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that no, I think that out of that group of quote unquote stragglers, I should have been the one that was, oh, I was there. I turned it around early enough.
Mm-hmm. Who are the stragglers? Are they still in the game?
Yeah. I think that for the most part a lot of us are gone now. It was me, Kay, Jay, Forever kind of is a straggler. Just the people that aren't in the calls all the time. Like Tori is not in the calls just all the time. I do think that she's more connected with that group than she wants us to think she is, but I don't think that she's as connected with them as like Ty and Tavon kind of are.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. I had another juicy question and then just left my brain. Um, okay. So who do you want to win the game? Did you say?
Yeah, I think Tori. I want Tori. I want Tori, Marcy, or Kalani right now. Those are my top three.
Okay. I remembered my question. How come you didn't want to start any alliances? Like you
I
knew who all the stragglers were. Why didn't you just put them all in a group chat and be like, we need to get it together?
No, and here's the thing, right? Because we threw that around a few times, but it
Uh-huh.
always got circulated back. And originally it was getting circulated back to Forever. And then once everything in the house started getting pinned on me, at that point I felt like I couldn't be the one to create any group chats because anything I touched was going to die and get around.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Okay.
I kind of felt like it would almost be more detrimental for my game to sit there and make group chats. And instead, I chose to just sit in the calls all day. And
Okay. Well, I don't have any further questions.
Alrighty, Kylie. My final question to you is any final thoughts?
um, yeah, like honestly, I'm sorry. I feel like I kind of let y'all down. I kind of let myself down this season. I didn't perform as well as I usually do. It was a really tough game for me. And it sucks. I didn't click with the cast the way I wanted to. And I hope y'all have me back so that I can show that I can do better because I promise that I'm like not just an awful player, but I know that it kind of looked like it this season.
No, we really do appreciate you, and we are really grateful to have you on this season, and we really appreciate that you played.
Like a girl really was trying.
No, we saw it. You tried. You did. But Kylie, thank you so much. Stay on even after I'm done recording this. But we wish you the absolute best and thank you for playing.
Absolutely.
All right.